Alright guys, we're going to be doing a get to know us video, so we got all of our questions in this bowl right here, and we're going to pick from them and answer the questions. Pick the first question. The first one is, if you could redo one decision, would you?
I have one in mind. It's gonna sound cheesy because we're doing it right now, but mine would be starting the YouTube channel a little earlier. There was a point when we were living in California where we'd go do fun stuff quite a bit. I kind of wish we were just recording that more. One, because it could have helped grow the channel back then, and two, we would have had more reps put in.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because there was a point where we were going to Disneyland a lot. We had a pass, and I feel like we could have been making videos then about Disneyland and other stuff that we were doing, but I'm so glad that we're making them now.
Yeah, I think it all worked out pretty well. What's the first movie you ever watched together?
I remember. Do you remember?
Yeah, it was Insidious.
What's your favorite animal? My favorite animal is an owl, but I also really love capybaras and cats.
My actual favorite animal is definitely a dog, but since that's a boring answer, if I had to go with a more exotic one, I'd probably choose a tiger or gorilla or something because they're pretty cool to look at. Would you rather never age or never sleep?
If I never sleep, do I feel tired?
No, I feel like the premise is I don't think you would get tired.
I feel like I would choose never sleep because I feel like I'd get a lot more done if I never sleep.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the same boat as you. I'd go never sleep because I think I could get a lot more done. I feel like aging is a lot more part of life. I think not aging would be kind of weird and almost kind of anti-life in a way.
What made you decide to start a couples channel?
At the start of this channel, it was definitely more just like a way to kind of document our little travels, which it did turn into a travel channel, but it wasn't solely for YouTube at the start. It was more of a, almost like a live action picture album.
Yeah, I think we just started talking about what if we just start making videos about what we're doing.
Who are your favorite creators or inspirations?
So one of my favorite creators is Michaela Noguera, of course. For me, obviously Joey doesn't watch her because Joey's not into makeup, but that's one of my favorite creators that I've always watched from the beginning and I still watch to this day.
Recently for me, it's been a YouTuber named Small Brained American, another travel channel. He's been pretty cool to watch because he's not fake at all. He's pretty real about the fact that he doesn't know much about the world, and his whole content style is just basically learning as he goes, very off the cuff, just film and go approach with a similar humor style to me, I think, or at least a humor style I like, kind of this dry humor, very funny, kind of just makes fun of the situation no matter what it is.
I feel like that's kind of for both of us too because we watch them together.
That's true, yeah.
What's a red flag you notice in people right away?
This is more of something that kind of shows you how people are going to be. I think it could be classified as a red flag, but if someone's kind of rude from the get-go when you first meet them, I think it's a pretty huge red flag because they say that the nicest someone will ever be is when you first meet them. So if someone's already been kind of a dick when you first approach them, then you know that that's probably the nicest they'll ever be. Of course, I'm not talking about if you get into an altercation. I mean when people are just kind of snarky or douchey from the start.
I would have to agree with Joey because I really don't know how to answer this. I think I would just have to go with what you said, honestly.
All right, hopefully that means it was a good answer. If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I feel like me and Joey are gonna have a similar answer. Recently, I've been eating sandwiches, which I toast the bread and then I put avocado, salt and pepper, turkey, cheese, and sometimes Ruffles if we have them.
Yeah, mine's the same. I have a little bit less in my sandwich. It's just a turkey and cheese sandwich, basically, sometimes with pickles. The reason I go with that is because it's easy. It's pretty bland, which sounds bad, but it's actually really good for repeatability because I feel like if you pick something extravagant like spaghetti and meatballs, it would get really tiring since the flavors are so in your face.
I'm not gonna lie, I get tired of spaghetti meatballs while I'm eating it. What's your first photo together? All right, so I found it. We'll pop it up on screen right here. So this is a picture of us, I believe, in La Jolla Beach, June 9th, 2020.
Would you say you're more introverted or extroverted?
I'm definitely introverted, by far. Definitely extroverted with you and like my family. Even sometimes with friends, I'm still a little more reserved, but not like with super close friends. I'm in between. I've been getting less introverted with doing YouTube and talking to people more like outside of our house and stuff, but still definitely introverted.
I definitely describe myself as an introvert that can go out of his way to be like a conversationalist, but when I really think about myself, I enjoy peace and quiet. I like just playing guitar in my room. I like listening to music. I like getting away from everything.
And of course, we're not talking about like, if we met any of our subscribers or anyone that's seen us, we would love to talk to you. It's more of just like going to the store, like, I don't know, we just kind of like dick to ourselves.
For sure, to add on to that point, if you guys came up to us and anything, we'd love to talk to you. I just mean I don't care to go up to people in the store and strike up a conversation.
If you could wake up fluent in any language, what would it be? So I think I would choose either German or Polish, just because I've always found both those languages cool to me, like every time I've heard them, and just how they look and how they sound. I don't know, I feel like it would be really cool. Although it would not be useful here in the United States to know those two languages. If it was more useful, it would definitely be Spanish.
I have two as well. My more coolness factor one, I'd definitely pick Russian. I just like the way it sounds. It's kind of similar to English where it's more monotone and I think it just sounds really cool. But for practicality reasons, I'd choose Spanish. I do know a little bit, but I'm not fluent at all. Coffee or tea?
Tea, by far. I don't like coffee unless it's sugar coffee, not real coffee.
I'm definitely a coffee guy. Black coffee, I don't even need anything in it. I just like it. I don't know. I never drink tea.
Favorite meals or snacks?
Snacks, I'd go Cheez-Its or anything with cheese. Salami and cheese crackers, super good. Favorite meal, probably fettuccine Alfredo.
So for my favorite snacks, I would say goldfish. I love the sour cream and cheddar ruffles and Takis. For favorite meals, I'll say 2. Carne asada fries, I love. And then, this is hard. I don't know. I feel like it's between cheeseburger and fries and also fettuccine Alfredo. I don't know. I can't pick one. All right, we lost count of who picks, so I guess I'm picking. How long have you been together?
5 years.
So our anniversary date is February 11th, 2020.
How old are you? We are both 22 currently. Do you prefer city life or nature?
I feel like I like a little bit of both. I feel like I'd pick either, but not like in the huge city, but I like to be near it.
If the city is less than 1 million people, I would choose the city because it's just more practical, but I don't like the hustle and bustle of city life, so kind of a hard choice, but I probably would prefer city just a little bit.
Where did you grow up? So I grew up in California, specifically San Diego, Lemon Grove, and then like Santee, Lakeside, El Cajon area.
I grew up in South Texas, specifically Edinburgh, Texas, but then my sophomore year of high school to Southern California where I met Lauren.
Next one is what makes you feel truly fulfilled?
Lately it's been growing the channel, but in general it's just starting something and finishing it. I know that's vague, but that's what it is. So, or watching a project grow, like right now the YouTube channel, just having an idea, making it happen, like video wise, and then seeing it post on the channel and then seeing people react to it.
Yeah, that's the same for me. That's been the same for me. I just feel like putting out videos and then seeing people interact and comment makes me feel fulfilled, because then I think people like what we're doing, like our content, and we like what we're doing, so then it makes us feel even better. And personally, I've always wanted to be a YouTuber since I was younger, so I just feel like this is also part of making me just feel good and seeing growth.
What was your dream job growing up?
My dream job growing up as like a kid was a veterinarian, but more teen high school, it turned into, like I said, YouTuber, model.
I think mine was always guitar player in a rock band. Because I didn't really have like a dream job that was a normal job. I would always watch Angus Young of AC/DC. I always like watching him. Then I got older and I liked Jim Root from Slipknot.
That was kind of like me. There was like a time where I wanted to be a rock star, but then it started turning into more like model and then YouTuber. Be able to talk to animals or speak all languages?
Definitely all languages. Being able to talk to animals I think would be cool for like 5 seconds, and then you just hear them ask for food. So all languages would be super useful.
As much as I would love to say speak to all animals, I would have to go with speak all languages, because as a human, I want to interact with all humans that I can. Like if they speak Arabic or German, like I want to be able to speak to them. And I feel like it just makes more sense than speaking to all animals, although it would be cool.
I don't know. It doesn't say the animals get smarter, so
I feel like a bear would just tell me he's about to eat me.
Next one. What's your favorite movie?
So my favorite movie is The Hobbit, specifically the third one, but I love all of them.
I've never really had a huge favorite movie or movie series. I know growing up, I always really liked Saving Private Ryan. I guess I'll still go with that. For that, I guess, genre, I really like Office Space, the comedy movie too, but I've never been like a huge movie guy.
I've never seen Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah.
I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I haven't seen it in a while. Tom Hanks.
Is it a comedy?
No.
No?
It's a dramatic war movie.
I did not know that. I thought it was a comedy.
It's Saving Private Ryan, a
I
comedy.
did.
If you're into morbid humor, I guess it could be considered a comedy.
I've never seen the trailer.
What hobby or interest makes you lose track of time?
For me, it would definitely be video games like Fortnite or Call of Duty. I love Fortnite.
That's a good answer. Definitely the same for me, but to be different, another thing I like doing that makes me lose track of time is playing guitar.
Also, doom scrolling on TikTok. I wouldn't really say that's a hobby, but...
No, but I bet a lot of people can relate.
Plane or road trip?
I much prefer road trips, although I really love planes because of how far I can get in the world or how fast I can get in the world. I'm not huge into the luggage, taking it out, going through TSA, doing all that stuff. It's just a pain in the butt. So road trips really fun. I think you can take in the scenery a lot better, and it's just a lot more low stress.
I would definitely pick road trip too, but definitely like for America, Canada, and Mexico, books or podcasts. I like reading books, but I prefer podcasts. I like listening to people talking more than me reading.
It should be books. I think books are a lot more beneficial, but if I'm being honest with you guys and myself, it's podcasts. It's just a lot easier. I can like play games, edit or something, and listen to a podcast. Book is better because it actually requires you to be fully focused on it. That's also the downside. If you're trying to do other stuff, you can't. I wouldn't be reading a book very well if I was trying to edit or play a video game.
I do love books though.
Next one. Have you ever broken a bone or gotten stitches?
Fortunately, I've never broken a bone. I have gotten stitches one time in my knee. Big scar. I think it's like that big. And it was because I was acting like a rock star in my bedroom when I was younger, and I had this leprechaun trap from school that I made, and it had little nuts on it, like nuts that you eat, but I guess they were really sharp because I slid on the trap and it cut open my knee.
Bird laughing at you.
I know, what the heck? And I remember I like felt it and I was like, ow. And then I went into my parents' room and I went on their bed. I think they were in the living room or something. And I looked at my knee and I saw little red balls and I freaked out.
Same boat here. Never have had a broken bone, luckily, but I have had stitches. Only 3 on my chin, but I was playing basketball with some friends at the start of the school day, and I tripped over my friend as I was trying to get the ball from him, and I just smacked my chin into the hardwood floor of the basketball court. I had to go to the hospital that day, and they put 3 stitches. But not cool, Malachi, because you said you crossed me over, so you made it seem like I ruined my chin by you crossing me over. It was such a brutal crossover.
I also forgot I have had 3 ear surgeries, so had stitches on my ear. What is your favorite game? Fortnite, and then like Call of Duty, but then we play a lot of computer games like Spottle and Wordle, but by far Fortnite.
For me right now, Fortnite, of all time, probably Minecraft or Grand Theft Auto 5. Where did we meet?
So we actually have a video on it, so I'll just say the place where we met, and then if anyone wants to know more in depth, they can go to the video, but we did meet at the park by our high school that we went to. Early bird or night owl? I would definitely say I'm a night owl, but when I get into a rhythm, I can be an early bird. Like when we're in Ireland, I was up super early, going to bed at a decent time, but I think when I have nothing to do, I'm just kind of getting up late. I'd hate it though. I wish I could get up super early.
I definitely say I find it easier to be a night owl than I do early bird, but I prefer getting up early. What's a smell that instantly takes you back in time?
For me, I have 2. One is like downtown San Diego anywhere, or like anywhere where there's like a candy shop. It smells kind of like Disneyland to me, like walking down Main Street and having like all the smells of all the candy there, popcorn. That really brings me back to being at Disneyland. And then also, I don't know if it's like fresh water or something about like rivers brings me back to when I'd go to Fisher's Landing in Arizona with my family when I was younger.
Mine's similar to your second one. Anytime I smell wet grass, I think of like middle school, early high school, because I played football, and it always seemed like right before practice the sprinklers would come on or something, so the grass would always be wet.
Who made the first move?
Me.
Yep.
Do you prefer rock or pop music?
Definitely rock music, but I do love pop music. I'm more into rock, metal. That's kind of what I listen to. I do listen to pop, but kind of rare.
I don't mind pop, and I do like it every now and then, but almost every day when I'm listening to music, it's rock music or metal music.
Only whisper or only shout when you talk? What?
This one's a hard one for me because I do think it would be a lot more polite to only whisper, but as someone that wants to like try to get around in the world and make connections, he would be rude in a restaurant, but I don't think anybody would really respect a guy who just like sits around whispering.
Yeah, I would have to do shout too though, because especially if I'm in danger, am I gonna whisper help?
Some people perceive shouting as being confident, so
Maybe.
you'll get a little further, even though you'll probably be called like, that's that annoying guy.
That's a guy that shouts all the time.
You prefer summer or winter? Winter, sorry. Some people got mad about the fact that I don't really say
Winter.
tease.
I prefer winter. One, Christmas. Hell is that? I love Christmas. That's one of my favorite holidays. I just love all the festive stuff that comes like with it, the decorations. I really want to go to a German Christmas market. So I would have to go winter for the holidays, the season, the weather, and also just the way you dress. I like winter clothes more.
I choose winter, but only if it's in a state like Arizona or something where it doesn't get insanely cold. If it was Minnesota or Nebraska or a place like that, I would choose summer probably, but I do like winter in states like this because you get to dress nicer, I think. You don't just dress in a t-shirt and shorts. You get to put on cool, nice clothing, or warm. I meant cool as in looks cool, but warm clothing that looks a little more classy. So as long as it's not an insanely cold state, I prefer winter.
What's a fear you have?
It's a hard one. Heights is probably up there. I don't like being super high up. The other one's probably just, I'm always worried that stuff's just never gonna go anywhere. That's a little bit of a deeper one, but that is kind of something I fear, just like being stuck in a situation or stuck in a financial position that you can never get out of.
I kind of have that fear too. A huge one of my biggest fears is spiders.
Arachnophobia. And Lauren's not kidding. Some people use terms like that and they're being hyperbolic. Lauren's is not. It can be the smallest spider you ever have seen. It could be a brown recluse, which that one makes a little more sense because they're dangerous, or it could be a daddy long legs. It does not matter to you.
It's not even just, it's just like an instant thing. Like daddy long legs freak me out, and if I see one near me, my heart literally drops and my heart starts beating fast and I get really scared. I'm literally terrified of spiders. Even thinking about it, I can't.
All right, let's move on from that. Do you have any tattoos? And if you don't, do you want any?
I do not have any tattoos, and as of right now, I don't want any. I'm not sure in the future if I will. I feel like I won't. Just because I know if I ever were to get a tattoo and I either didn't like it or just one day wanted to take it off, you obviously can't just do that.
I'm in the same boat as Lauren. Don't have any. I don't want any. I think it's more of a traditional thing. Just the way I grew up and stuff. And also, I know if I were to get one, as soon as I got it, I'd regret it, or I would regret it pretty soon after. I wouldn't like looking at something on my body that I can't take away that I wasn't born with, if you will. I hope that doesn't offend anybody. It's just a personal preference, but
yeah.
As soon as I got one, I would feel like washing it off or something. It would annoy me.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we'll probably never get a tattoo.
We do have friends with some pretty cool tattoos though.
What's a song that reminds us of each other? I actually have two answers. I have one that reminds us of us and then one that reminds me of you. A song that reminds me of Joey is Plush by Stone Temple Pilots. Because in high school, like when I first met Joey, when I'd go to his house, he'd always sing that song. And also anything really by AC/DC.
Our song together is definitely Gravity by Perfect Circle. I showed Lauren them, but I didn't listen to them much before. I just knew about them, and we'd listen to albums, and that was one of the bands where it was just like a perfect album, and that song just for some reason really for both of us, it just stuck out. If I had to choose a song that reminds me of Lauren, I'd choose anything by Motionless in White, I guess, but specifically I'd choose Porcelain.
Plush is like by far the one that sticks out for me, for you.
Yeah, I used to practice my grunge voice where you can't tell if they're saying while, whale, or well. It all sounds like where. Hopefully that gave you some cool insight into who we are, how we are, what we're like a little bit. Of course, you'll never fully know because all you know is through this camera lens, but as much as you can.
We are real though. We're not AI.
Yeah, or maybe we are. Maybe you guys are all subscribed to some AI people that this is some experiment done by the US government to see if we can fool Europeans into thinking that these are two Americans, but in reality, we're just AI. No, I don't think AI would even say that, at least not now.
Also, my hands wouldn't be all perfect right now.
Oh yeah, you'd have 6 fingers on one hand. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you got some cool knowledge out of that. Probably nothing that useful because I don't think you're gonna have to take a quiz on us. But everybody likes hearing personal stuff, so we wanted to get a little more personal. It's fun for us, kind of just thinking about some of these questions. Some a little deep, some just fun, like coffee or tea. We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.